And we are live. Welcome, everyone, to the December IWAR Tubecast number 114. With me this evening, we have our good friend Aaron. We have Matt's here, Luke's here, and Scott's here, along with myself. How is everyone doing this evening? Hope everyone got their... All right, hope everyone got their Christmas shopping done. Speaking of Christmas shopping, make sure you use the Amazon affiliate link down below for all your purchasing needs. The holidays are rapidly approaching, and so if you want to support the show but you don't want to give me any money, just buy stuff on Amazon and they'll give me 25 cents. I think that's fair. So this episode will be the December results review. What are we going to start with today?
I think there was a request to talk a lot about the free Quebec stable on this episode, so I personally have allotted 2 hours to free Quebec. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Hey guys, tell me if the audio is good because I'm not seeing a audio signal from the Skype call. So
Like 14 minutes.
Yeah, that was good. If you're going to free Quebec, you have to do the entire broadcast in French.
the audio's all good.
You're the only one that's been trained in that.
So Darren, you can hear Luke and Scott and everyone else other than myself. So just give me a hell yeah if you can hear these guys.
I think one listener says they can't hear us very well.
Who's this?
Jonathan says they can't hear us very well.
Okay. Let me open up the thing here and see what's going on. I love live shows.
Are we on the air? No, I'm just kidding.
I am. I think they hear me. Yeah, so Leon hears me, but not everyone else for some reason, and we don't know why. Okay. Let me figure this out.
I hear me.
Well, yeah, you're gonna hear you, but not on YouTube, obviously.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay.
Step one. Hey-o. Get your way.
So let's see.
That's why the Amazon percentage is so low.
See, Darren can hear everyone.
I think that would great.
So give me just tell me, guys, if you guys can hear everyone else other than me.
I mentioned free Quebec and the show goes off the rails immediately.
Darren, I did see your day ad. Haha. Okay, fantastic. Like I said before, I'm not seeing the desktop audio. I see my mic levels. I don't see everyone else's, and I think that's kind of weird. But as long as
If they're hearing us, everyone's hearing us, right?
yeah, I think so.
If they're hearing us, if you can hear us right now, write in your number one Christmas gift this year. What is a big gift you're giving somebody?
Maybe we should do the show by carrier pigeon next time.
We might. Leon can't hear everyone. Matt is low. Okay.
I'm high.
Let's see.
I'm low. You're low.
You're low down.
So Darren, you hear Aaron and Scott okay? I can hear Alex, but everyone else is very faint. Okay, guys. I'm going to work on this right now. So, undo.
I think we need to talk about
The return of Victor Von Schnapp to the ringside.
Say something else funny, Matt.
That's funny. Okay, so I'll talk about my coworker. So we have a new hire, and every so often this happens at work where someone says, "Was it true you were a wrestler?" And I'll say, "Yeah." So this guy comes up and he goes, So I heard you were a wrestler. Is that true? And I said, yeah. And he goes, oh, man, I love wrestling. And I knew it was the wrong answer. So he starts talking to me about, now he's been there like a week. And he starts talking to me about like Bob Backlund and his favorite era, like back when the territories and Ric Flair and Holly Race. He mentions Holly Race and Bob Backlund about every 30 seconds in conversation about wrestling. He finds a way to work them into conversation. And it's so funny now because any conversation we have, he'll eventually migrate it around and bring it back to wrestling.
Yeah.
And when he does that, he almost always brings it back around to Bob Backlund. And he grew up in like that era. Like Bob Backlund was world champion when he was a kid. And he was talking about the time Bob Backlund picked up Hulk Hogan and like put him on a turnbuckle, and just how strong Bob Backlund was. And it turns out one of the guys I went to wrestling school with, who was a manager, GQ John Rodeo, he was a huge Bob Backlund fan. And he would like write letters to him, correspond and everything else. And he's like got tons of pictures with him. And Bob Backlund's a strange cat, but he's a legit dude. Like, you know, he seems like a pretty nice guy. Although I'm sure maybe Alex has met him and been like, he was a total shitbag. He stole my wife's pen.
No, at the times I've never met Bob officially, but I've seen him do 1,000 squats in the middle of a ballroom once. That was fun. In addition, I had a 15-minute conversation with Terry Funk about how crazy Bob Backlund is. So
Terry Funk.
He's like, you know, Alex, you know. Bobby Backlund, you know, he's crazy. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's crazy. I'm like, all right, Terry. It's like, I don't know what's wrong with him though. I also had a 20-minute conversation with Larry Zbyszko. If you ever meet Larry Zbyszko in person, he will legitimately talk your ear off to the point like Larry, I gotta go meet other wrestlers now. But I love Zbyszko.
Basically, he just talks about that one time that he wrestled in Shea Stadium against.
He brings that up. He brings that up.
Is he like Al Bundy? Bring up.
I was like, remember when you hit? Because I did the whole. Do you remember when you hit Bobby Eaton with the turnbuckle and War Games that one time? And he's like, no. I'm like, oh. You're part of the Dangerous Alliance.
Did I ever tell you about that time that I sold out Shea Stadium?
It's funny because when Hogan talks about it, he's like, you remember that time I sold out Shea Stadium with Andre the Giant? Because I was on the undercard.
Terry Funk is great.
Terry Funk is my number one all-time favorite wrestler, by the way.
I think I've told you guys this story that to this day, my group of friends still will say, like, when someone's really hurt or like, you know, like walking off the field, like let's say someone like hurt somebody else but they're like really fucked up themselves, we'll go Big Lawler's Yellow, which is a throwback to the Lawler versus Funk empty arena match with Lance Russell on commentary. If you've never seen this match, go out and watch it. It really is worth a watch.
Try to find the there's an uncensored version where you hear him swearing.
I actually like the beeps. I love beeps. I think they're funny as hell.
I liked it better when you guys had it on like the NWA project, and it was just the audio, so there was no visual. It was just the audio, and it's just Terry Funk screaming, like, "Oh, Lawler!" Like freaking out.
You're yellow. Where my eye, my eye.
He asked Lawler, like, "Do you have a gun? Do you have a gun, Lawler? Do you have a knife?" He's like. And he made fun of him because Lawler came in his full garb. So he comes in with the crown and everything. He's like, you idiot, there's no one here.
Yeah, I know. That was the best part. He's like, you dummy. It reminded me actually of oddly enough, when the pandemic wrestling first started and the wrestlers would come out and interact with the crowd that wasn't there. I was like, oh my God, come on. Like, who's telling you to go out and like point to the crowd and like nod? Like, there's no one there, you dummy. Oh my God!
But yeah, go watch it. I'm a big fan of Memphis wrestling. I can say objectively that it's probably the best wrestling ever. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Just because Memphis was so episodic, and they went every week to the Mid South Coliseum. It is the closest thing to modern wrestling as territory wrestling was. So anytime like a young cat or a young buck perhaps who wants to watch some old school wrestling, I always send them over to Memphis first because like it's easy. It's an easier watch for them than say like Georgia Championship Wrestling or World Class. But like they're doing wild shit like every week, and like it's so great. Like one of my favorite things that no one ever talks about very often is Lance Russell interviewing Paul Diamond. And they're just discussing like, oh, well, you know, Paul, we know you had some drug problems. Is like, and Lance is like, you smoke a little of the reefer and the weed, and maybe you smoked a little bit of the crack. And I'm like, what? What is happening?
Yeah,
and every once in a while you'll get like David Schultz on there that tells the audience that Jerry Lawler has AIDS, which is nice. Anytime Brody comes in is cool. Like Memphis is like, oh, it's fantastic.
Lance Russell is really like a gem of an announcer because he's that like gentle grandfatherly guy who's like, knock it off, Eddie, when Eddie's burning people. Oh, Eddie, come on, Eddie, knock it off.
A lot of people will compare him to Gordon Solie, but I think Lance is a better announcer than Gordon because Gordon was always drunk. That's number one. And number two, like Lance had this era of professionalism, even though this crazy shit is going on. So there's always crazy stuff. Like there's one time where like Hector Guerrero, he brings a piñata and has Lance hit it with the piñata, but the piñata's not filled with candy, it's filled with flour, and all the flour pours on Lance, and Lance gets so mad. He's like, ah. And even like later USWA when they had a Corey Macklin and stuff, like, come on guys, over here. So like even like all the way up to the end is fantastic. So like I always suggest go watch some Memphis CWA USWA. Like it's dope.
I will say this to close out this part. I will say that if you were having writer's block in the game and you're like your promos kind of thinking, just watch some old Mid-South or Memphis. It really UWF like just some of the like watching some of the old wrestling is a great way to like, oh, I'm gonna do that and put a spin on it, you know.
Like the stuff is hard. Like watching Georgia is hard because it's every like 5 weeks they go back to the Omni, right? So they're like they're setting up the shoot like they want to have this big match in the Omni. It's gonna be Piper versus Buzz Sawyer in a dog collar match, right? And you see all the vignettes and all the promos, but you never see the matches ever. So you're watching TV. You're watching it's basically promos and a couple of squash matches, but you never see like I want to see Buzz Sawyer versus Roddy Piper. That seems dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, that seems fantastic. But you never get to see those matches, and they don't even like. They're very rare that they have a film crew in the Omni, so you never really get to see those matches back. Some of those matches are now on the Cock, the Peacock Network. On the Cock. So,
what'd you call me?
So you can watch like Buzz Sawyer, Tommy Rich. Like they have the full shows on there, a bunch of them. But that's the only thing that's rough about watching like Georgia. UWF had more star versus star matches, and they actually do a better job at recapping, like their Oak City shows, or anytime they went to the Superdome. You got to see those matches, at least in clip form on TV, so you can follow it a little bit better. But yeah, watch Memphis. Matches like Memphis will show you clips from the Coliseum also, so you'll see you see Lawler beat up Hulk Hogan and stuff. it's fun. That's funny, like. When Lawler came in late '92, the WWF, like I was hyped for Lawler to come in. Like I'd watched him on ESPN. I had bought the Kit Parker tapes, which is like Lawler beating up every big star, beating up Macho Man, beating up Hogan, beating up Kamala. So, and then I read him and I saw him in the magazines, and I'm like Lawler's gonna come in and be world champion. Like he's like they're gonna do the same thing they did with Flair the year before, and he's gonna come in and be the world champion like really quickly because I've seen him beat all these guys before. Like I didn't know the politics and like how Lawler was part time. He owned half of Memphis and he wouldn't be wrestling a whole bunch. But I totally thought he was gonna be world champion when we walked in. like, oh, Lawler's gonna come in and kick everyone's ass. Because when was the last time you really kind of saw it? You saw him versus Von Erich, and he beat the shit out of Von Erich in a bloodbath, right?
Yes.
So it's like Lawler's the man. Like, he's gonna come in and beat everybody. Even Lawler beat Andre the Giant. Although I'm pretty sure that was a count out. But he slammed him. I think he slammed him. I could be wrong on that.
Lawler slammed Andre.
I'm pretty sure. There's a list of people that Andre got slammed by. Like Harley Race slammed him.
I've never seen a picture of that.
I'm pretty sure maybe Lawler didn't slam him. I don't remember, but I know. Like there was Stan Hansen slammed him. Like, and this is like Andre, like when he's more more mobile. I mean, Hogan slammed him at his heaviest. Maybe Warrior slammed him at his heaviest, but Inoki slammed Andre for sure. That happened. So he was slammed. Hogan slammed Andre before he slammed Andre at WrestleMania 3 like a dozen times. Because they were programmed together all around the country. So Hogan and Andre went across the country wrestling. So that was fun. But to get into results, I think we're going to start off with the New Wave League number 176. League champion is Aaron. Do you want to go through the champions?
Yeah, I can go through the champions.
Go through the champions.
Sounds good. So we got league champion Stevie Vertigo from the Syndicate. TV champion, we've got Rod Camino from the Industry. Central Plains champion, we've got Warpath Wolf Keenan from Honor Revolt. East Coast champion, we've got Veruca Salt from the stable Whoop Ass Inc. Great Lakes champion, we've got Machine. Mid-Atlantic champion from Honor Revolt, we've got No Limits Nick Dane. Northeast champion from the Syndicate and the Samoan Death Grip tag team, the Samoan Assassin. Pacific Northwest champion from Honor Revolt, we got Lionheart Lachlan Kincaid. Rocky Mountains champion from the Syndicate and Samoan Death Grip, we've got Toa Noah. Southeast champion, I have that reaction too.
You have a cough button somewhere on there, right?
From the Rocky Mountains champion, yeah. Southeast champion, we got Stan Sweet, who I think must be a newcomer this cycle. Southwest champion, we've got the Fabulous One, Fabulous Harry Hurt. West Coast champion from the Industry, we've got Waz. League tag team champions for the third cycle in a row and winning 5 free matches. We've got the Samoan Assassin and Toa Noah from Samoan Death Grip. The TV tag team champions from Honor Revolt, we've got Nick Dane and Wolf Keenan. League 6-man champions from the Syndicate, we've got Stevie Vertigo, Samoan Assassin, and Toa Noah. TV 6-man champions, we've got from Whoop Ass Inc., Mick Ferrari, Sam Hain, and Veruca Salt. And the Battle Royal winner from Honor Revolt, we've got Lionheart Lachlan Kincaid. And I think we lost Luke as we were going through that.
Well, that's all right. Luke was devastated by the sneezing. I will add a couple of things about the NWL just so people know. One, this was Stevie Vertigo's first league title. I was rooting for him to pull it off, so happy to see that. Also, the winner of this cycle's Rookie Brawl will be Rod Camino with a $4.99, so well done on that TV title to Rod. I think I put it in the report so people know, but just so everyone's aware, Aaron is now the helmsman or the steering the ship of the NWL now. So send all your complaints to him.
I've already cut half the roster.
this just in. We future endeavored half the roster. So
I'm selling the NWL to Nick Khan.
Yeah, all we have left is El Tigre and Lex Masters and Santo Gold. Santo Gold is gold, baby. It's gold, Jerry. Gold.
Do you know the where that name's come from? Santo Gold.
Santo Gold. No, what is Santo?
Is it tequila?
No, Santo Gold is this like weird wrestling movie that never came out, but it was like they had like this weird documentary thing. Like it's a commercial for this wrestling movie that never ever comes out. It's called Blood Circus. In addition to that, he tries to sell his gold. and then he had his own song, the Santo Gold song. So anyone who gets an opportunity, please Google Blood Circus and Santo Gold.
Was Santo Gold one of your jobbers?
Yes, that I named. Yes.
Yeah. So I talk about this, but going forward, Aaron will be the helms person. So you want to direct your attention. We'll be updating all the different various connection points in the reports. But congratulations, and no pressure.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I mean, it's the thing that makes me most nervous is we had such a solid crop in 2021, and we're slowly gonna see Gene Co. This was their last cycle. The Syndicate. This was their last cycle. In March, I think we're gonna be losing Whoop Ass Inc. and the Gun Collection, and then we have a few guys into the summer. We have the Industry, and we have the Grady family. But I mean, yeah, it's an opportunity to try and build up some of the new guys, and I think I'm going to be leaning on some of you veterans a little bit to kind of help me out with that. So I think it'll probably be a bit of a team effort still moving forward, but I'm definitely happy to chip away at some of the reports and stuff like that and try to nudge feuds along and try to help my fellow newcomers out as much as I can.
I should mention too, as far as competitive play goes, last cycle there were 7 people that entered or had a match with Hio de Teamster and attempt to win the tag titles and win the prize pool. It was 5 matches. Well, this cycle we got all of 1 entry, so now the prize pool goes up by 1, so it's going to go to 13 matches, I believe. So again, the longer it takes for someone to win the tag belts with Hio de Teamster, the bigger the prize will get. But it's still out there, still a chance to win. So hopefully,
it's a pretty big prize pool too. I mean, 13 free matches is no small amount. So
right.
But I mean, I think that was my next question, because Stevie Vertigo, that was supposed to be his last cycle in the NWL, but he's league champion, and you've informed me that Stevie Vertigo can stick around another cycle to defend the league title. So right. Does that apply to Samoan Death Grip as well for the league tag team titles?
It does. Well, what I've always said is if you have a league champ, like one of the league titles, the TV6 or league, mostly league. It actually happened with Victor, the Possessed Asimov, about 4 years ago, where he finally won the league title in his last cycle, and then he retained it. And I want to say that was all he did. But it was again, he had a chance to retain it, and he did. And that was kind of cool. But it's like the one way you can really kind of extend your, officially, legally, quote unquote, extend your stay in the NWL, unless you're what's his name, Richard King, and keep sending people in sneakily, which I think I've mentioned that before on the show. The guy who has played in the NWL a few different times to build up his record against all the rookies, and then once he gets 1,000 wins, he retires as wrestler. And it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, come on, man. So he's been banned from the NWL from returning. But there was a guy in here a couple cycles ago. It was like RJ something, and that's totally his style. So I don't think it's him. He's gone now already. So
well, I have it on good authority that Stevie Vertigo is going to stick around for next cycle and defend the title. I mean, theoretically, it could go on. I mean, NWL is a pretty challenging league, so we'll have to see if it goes on, how long it goes on for. But Stevie Vertigo is going to stick around, as well as Samoan Death Grip, and then that'll delay their arrival into the BRL somewhat. But there'll be a little bit of storyline play off of that, so that's going to be pretty fun.
Well, I will say this: as far as people have asked this question a couple times from different players, we always end the year in the holiday cycle. So whenever the holiday cycle hits, that's our last cycle of the year. So the holiday cycle starts up in, I think, the week of Christmas. Oh, sorry. So it'll be January 4th, but that'll be the official end of the year. So everyone who's in stable races or rankings races or whatever, that's the end of the year. So in theory, if you stay another cycle to 1-4, you could lose and then still go to the BRL and still be in time for the full year's worth of ranking points and all that.
Right. So Nivik Largo, for example, who made his debut in the BRL this cycle, could still chip away at his. I think he's in second place right now with 175 points. So
Well, that would the points go for the league he's in. So even if he wins, so again, if I was pulling for Nivek Lago to jump ahead of Master Destroyer or whoever the hell guy is in the first place.
Right.
But where is it? Yeah, Master Destroyer. Yeah. But Mick Ferrari, if he wins the league title, will jump ahead of him. If Vertigo wins it, and let's say you hit like 500 and won a Metropolitan or something, that would give you points. There's still a chance for that. So
right.
So, anyways, that's the NWL. I love it.
Yeah, I can cover the Badco Cup as well if you want.
Yeah.
Please.
That's right.
So we've got Badco Cup 3, which started a few cycles ago. We're down to 4 tag teams. In this cycle, we had Samoan Death Grip win over the Industry, Rod Camino and Dave Wasilewski. Samoan Death Grip 516 to the Industry's 507. So Samoan Death Grip goes on to the finals. And then in the second pairing, we had HNR versus Gene Co. And HNR advances with a 512 over Gene Co's 507. So the finals is going to be HNR versus Samoan Death Grip.
There it is.
Yeah, man. I dig that.
Yes.
Next up, IWL number 149, league champion, the Chameleon. Television champion, Dixon Ticonderoga. New York City champion, Shotgun James Carnage. Los Angeles champion, Blackjack Robertson. Boston champion, Texas Jesse Tombstone. You notice the Regulators joined Revolution Extreme and they won titles all of a sudden. So, just saying.
Definitely. Yep.
Detroit champion, Temujin the Terror. Cleveland champion, Ravishing Rex Chambers. Dallas champion, Nick Bloodtrap. Memphis champion, the American Patriots. Miami champion, Graw. San Francisco champion, the Lunatic, Matthew Grabowski. Chicago champion, Barry Taking These Stevens.
Santa's a lot.
It is a lot. It's true. League tag team champions, Texas Jesse Tombstone and Shotgun James Carnage, the Regulators. TV six-man champions, Barry Taking These Stevens and Dixon Ticonderoga, Take a Pencil. League six-man champion, Alec Axel and Alex Von Schnapps. TV six-man champions, Shocker, Jimmy Electric, Prince Ton, and Rosanna. The Three Birds. Or at least, 2 out of 3 birds. 2 out of the 3 birds. The Mid-Atlantic Wrecking Crew. And your Battle Royal winning 43 free IWL matches. Big Money, Graham Steambridge. Yes, we can start a GoFundMe to get Victor a hysterectomy. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Ryan's in the chat. Hello, Ryan. We're not going to make fun of you. Promise. So, Alex G, what's going down in the IWL? Well, guys, as some of you may already know, some of you may not know, Larry's taking some time away from the game, take care of some personal issues. But, he had a couple of guys in title matches for Starrcade. So he had Logan Kane in the world title match. He had Steel Cut Oates in the Pan Am title match. So we had to do something. And Luke actually reminded me if we have this thing in our pocket for any time that things go wacky or stuff goes awry that we can use. And that's the good old This Tuesday in Texas. So for those of you who do know, and I expect everyone on here knows about This Tuesday in Texas, was that weird pay-per-view that they had in the WWF in 1991, like a week after Survivor Series, where they had the Kabuki finish with the Undertaker and Hulk Hogan, and then Hogan wins the belt back This Tuesday in Texas. You also had the Randy Savage, Randy Savage Jake the Snake Roberts match on that show. I think Bret Hart and Falk Skinner on that show also. So to fill the vacancies left by Logan Kane and Steel Cut Oates, we did a triple threat between Alexander J. Styles, Ali Atari, and Bulk Brogan, which I believe were the 3 top guys in the Wrestler of the Year race or thereabouts. You got to figure in TT and such of that as well too. So people who TT will often get the nod. In addition to that, we had a fatal four-way or four corners match to determine a new number one contender for the Pan Am Championship, and Luke actually picks the guys for that. So blame him for that. It's his fault. And the winners of those was Alexander Zay Styles, who won the triple threat, and the Chameleon won the four corners match. So, Alexander Zay Styles is he's gonna have a heck of a night. He's defend his Pan Am Championship against Chameleon, and he also gets to go after the Fiber, John Satterfield, in the main event. So, Styles can walk out, with two major championships here. So he could be the world champion and the Pan Am champion. And for those of you who don't know, you can't hold two belts, so he's going to have to relinquish one of those belts. Most likely the Pan Am championship if he wins. And we'll probably put it up for grabs, not in Soul Survivor, because the winner of that gets a world title shot. But we'll come up with something for that. So I'm not really worried about that. I think overall, I'm very happy about the card totals. We're at 120 cards. You have 43 competitors in the Battle Royal, which leads me to believe that our league is strong and it's staying consistent, which is great. So I think overall, I'm super stoked. I'm happy the Chameleon wins the league championship. I'm super happy for Jeremy. Again, regulators on the title page are dominating. And it's nice to see Nick Bloodtrap on there. Rex Chambers and Big Money Graham Steenbridge are on the title page. That's nice to see. Mid-Atlantic Wrecking Crew's on the title page. Nice to see. Dixon has two belts. Barry's there with doing Barry stuff. He has two belts also. American Patriots on there too. So it's a good crop. A nice cross section. When we look at these championships, I don't really take them into account because they don't necessarily play into anything we're doing storyline wise, but it's good to see who had the best cycles, so to speak, at least to a certain degree. And I'm glad these guys are getting championships. I'm glad they're on the front page. I'm glad they're getting some recognition here. So again, super stoked about that. I noticed we're starting to getting our draft picks are starting to trickle in a little bit. So nice to see those guys come in. Super stoked. Backstabber's still around. Getting into trouble, so it's nice to see. One day, one of you guys are gonna have to come clean and tell me if you're Backstabber, because he's ridiculous.
It's Johnny B.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the activity here, and I see some familiar names from the past. I see Clark Pierpont and Koenig and the Great David, former world champion, are back, and they're back and better than ever. So I'm excited to see these guys back. See if they TT and they stick around for a while this time. That'd be nice. We have another female wrestler who made her first appearance, and Riley Reynolds. She's using the avatar of Trish Stratus, which made me download a whole bunch of Trish Stratus pictures. Which
I think she's connected to Rod Camino of the industry in the NWL. So those guys will be coming over to the IWL shortly. But yeah, it's good to see Riley Reynolds kind of paving the way for the industry who are going to come over down the line.
Absolutely, she might get some. She might get some ducats to take out Tiamat, who is causing all types of havoc in the IWL right now. Scott, thank you for the super chat, and Merry Christmas and happy Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and Festivus for the rest of us, and and that stuff. So overall, I'm super stoked. Again, we'll go over TT next week. You do see, and I want to bring this up. I found a bunch of inappropriate pictures of Vanna White, which I'll be trickling in the report every once in a while. So, Vanna White, like from Wheels of Fortune, Vanna White.
Yes.
There's a wrestling connection there too. She was one of the hosts of WrestleMania 4. She's hot, dude. I don't care. I was 6.
Oh, hey, Vanna White. Whatever it takes in the storm, get the job done.
Johnny B's a big fan of Vanna White, I would assume.
Hey, my son's 16. He thinks that she's the greatest letter turner ever.
Yeah, she's all the way live, for sure.
Yeah. So she's still getting out there.
Yeah, yeah. There's also a picture of Santiago Cornet trickled in the reports. Take a look at that. That's hilarious. You got Joe Boring with a mustache. Heather Locklear. I know. Matt's a big fan of Heather Locklear. So, we do have a couple gentlemen here that are locked away, and I like to give them a little eye candy and smuggle in some materials for these gentlemen. I feel it's my patriotic duty as an American.
Hey, we need some Heather Thomas pictures too.
Yeah, well, she's there. She's there.
Phoebe Cates. Let's go all the way.
I have that one. Yeah, I have that one too.
Phoebe Cates.
I do. You'll see her next cycle. I already did the Photoshop work on that one.
What about Christy McNichol? Or Tootie?
Tootie was just on this week.
Was it? I had a question. I didn't watch this, but was it worth watching?
It wasn't bad.
The live different strokes.
It was what it was. Different Strokes was fantastic compared to Facts of Life, though. Facts had Blair. Blair started off the show singing the song, and then from there they didn't do much with her. And then all of a sudden, let's see, we've got Jennifer Aniston doing the Blair part. Then we've got I don't know the name of the lady that did Charlotte Ray's part, but she did Charlotte Ray's part on both shows. She was really good.
Nice.
Boys to Men sang the Different Strokes song. John Lithgow was what's his name?
But who played
Mr. Drummond?
The bicycle
Mr.
shop
Drummond,
owner.
yes.
Who played the bicycle shop owner?
They didn't do that episode.
Oh, come
Hulk
on.
Hogan.
Can
Hulk
you
Hogan was
imagine?
the bicycle shop
There's
owner.
a couple of really. I was a big Different Strokes fan
brother.
as a kid. I was a huge Different Strokes, to the point where sometimes I often get my childhood mixed up with incidents from that show. Like one time I told my brother, remember that time me, you, and Tootie were in the bank and it got robbed? That's a real stuff. I was like, that happened on Different Strokes. I'm like, oh, that's right. So that one's a great one. The one where that Mr. T was on Different Strokes one episode, and that's the episode where Arnold cuts his hair like Mr. T. That was dope. The Nancy Reagan one was fantastic, where the kid in the class was like, "Yeah, I smoke crack."
Was that the one where she sucked everybody off?
No, but apparently that's a thing now.
I love that. That's my favorite new, oh my God, Hollywood story.
Headmaster Nancy Reagan.
Yeah.
The best part was John Lithgow would be sitting down and he'd be playing Mr. Drummond. He's sitting there, and all of a sudden he's going to talk to Arnold. And every time that he wanted to talk to Arnold, he would pick Kevin Hart up and sit him in his lap every time. And I'm like, oh man, I don't know if that's funny or if it's kind of weird. But
who played the Gooch?
The Gooch was not on there, but
because you never see the Gooch on the show. The
Damon
Gooch
Wayans.
it's always alluded to, but you never see the Gooch.
The Gooch. Oh my God.
No, wait a minute. Who was the Gooch?
The Gooch
the bully?
was the bully, but you never saw him on the show. He never made an appearance on the actual show. They just talked about the Gooch all the time.
Todd, when they started off the show, Todd Bridges was on there, and the part that was Todd Bridges' part was played by Damon Wayans. And the Damon Wayans' friend, I can't remember what his name was, that was Snoop Dogg.
Nice.
So the show was really good. On Facts of Life,
I wish Janet Jackson was there.
They did the episode where the girls were part of making a dinner, and you were able to. They would make dinners, and the people would bid for them and trying to make money.
Yeah.
And Blair wanted her boyfriend to keep picking, and there was another guy in the audience that won it instead of him because he didn't have enough money. The guy in the audience was oh God, here comes my old brain. The guy in the audience wore he had a wire mouthpiece in, and it was
wasn't George
The
Clooney.
political guy. The political guy before on that had his own show on
Jon Stewart.
John Stewart.
Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart was that guy. Blair's boyfriend was Will Arnett, and Will Arnett's best buddy and helped him try to keep a low down was Jason Bateman.
Nice.
And Joe was Catherine Hahn,
Okay.
and I didn't get to show that one to Joshua. The one that they did show the one before that where they had All in the Family and the Jeffersons.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. That one was funnier. With Woody Harrelson played.
Well, that's because they're better.
Woody
They're
Harrelson.
better shows.
Oh yeah, by far. Even I didn't realize writing wise how the Jeffersons was better as well.
They should do Three's Company because I went back. I think I told you guys this. I went back and watched Three's Company. That show is fucking hilarious.
It is.
Oh my god! I was like, I almost pissed myself. Mr. Furley is the man.
But I think the deal right now is that they're trying to keep Norman Lear shows going since he's like 96.
Yeah. Good times. Damn.
I think they did that one before too. I can't remember.
I want to say
that
that.
one.
Yeah, I want to say they did that one as well.
And all that happened in the Idlewild. All of it.
Well, you know, we've had people. We've had Natalie from Facts of Life in IWL. Todd Bridges has made an appearance on multiple occasions. So I feel like
Yeah.
it's appropriate.
They're friends.
Natalie
They're friends of the league.
Natalie was on the show, and she was so whacked out. I mean, she's older, and she's like, I remember Charlotte Ray and I used to get drunk in the back. And
You know, she voiced Velma for Scooby Doo for like fucking 20 years.
Yes.
So,
Yes, she did.
bless her heart. No 2D though. God damn it.
No, Tootie was there. I'm trying to remember who played Tootie on the show too. She was not. It wasn't a big deal, and the funny part.
I wish
is
it
that
was
they didn't
Tootie.
really-
The role of Tootie would be played by Cardi B.
Or Nicki Minaj, either one.
that would have been fun, but she was on there and she just didn't really care. She was like, "Okay, I'm just here making some money."
Yeah. Oh, Matt with the super chat. I saw Headmaster Nathan Reagan kissing Santa Claus. It's true.
But
Hey,
You kissing him or?
that
well,
wasn't kissing Santa Claus.
Special kind of kiss.
by the way, if you're ever in a Trader Joe's and you hear someone singing satanic Christmas songs in the back of the building, it's probably me.
Okay.
I have a running gag where I'll be like, "I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus," because I work with people who love Christmas music, and I don't mind it, but I like to put spins on it.
Gotta do that when the kids are around. That's
Ooh.
amazing.
Who won the second match in this Bunkhouse Stampede?
The second and third match, by the way.
Yeah,
we ran two at the same time. The winners of that would be. Tell you right now. The winners was and match number 2, Barry taking E. Stevens, and then match number 3, Blackjack Robertson. Match
Hell
number
yeah.
4 will be determined next cycle.
Hell yeah!
So that means that Alex J. Styles will be, if he wins both of his matches, he will be the second double champ
Yes,
in as many years in Revolution Extreme.
it's true. It's true.
So that's called lazy booking. That's what that's called.
I
That
want Barry
and
Stevens to make the show finally. Poor guy.
No, look, man, we don't like talk about Barry Stevens. But they had, and also if you look at Starrcade, this means that none of the champions are the same at Starrcade this year, and none of the people in the title matches will be.
No.
That's cool.
Almost everybody's new, and then so people that were just starting out last year are now gonna be in the main event. So that's pretty cool. That doesn't happen all the time. So it's good to see, and more people keep coming in. So I think that it's good. Also shows that having just the 2 leagues is really benefiting, as it's it's just driven up activity and it keeps things fresh.
Hey, Darren, I know there's different rules in Quebec. I know it's only a 2 count up there, so sorry. So sorry that Free Quebec did not win in the Bunkhouse Stampede.
And you have to have a bite of poutine in between every near fall. is what I heard.
Poutine on the pole match.
I should give a shout out to Free Quebec holding steady at numbers 62, 63, and 64 in the IWL rankings. Bernard Bouchard has a solid 16 wins and almost 4,000 losses. So I think those guys have nowhere to go but up. Personally,
You know, I was thinking about this gimmick that I think the Gangsters may did it, but I don't think they ever really did it. Was they were going to do this whole affirmative action gimmick where the Gangsters could win matches on a 2 count? New Jack and Mustafa.
that's brilliant.
Oh.
They should have ran with that. The New Jack should have been in the Nation of Domination. I'm just saying.
But I think Free Quebec is angling for a spot on the next NWL card. So I think new NWL commissioner Johnny B might have to try and make that happen.
Johnny B.
Free Quebec.
By the way, well, we can talk about that in the next show, I guess. The whole reasoning behind Johnny B stepping in, but that's fine.
It's more of a storyline kind of thing.
Yeah. Don't mix it up.
Don't cross the streams.
Me and my buddies just did that in the woods.
Oh no.
Have you seen the new Ghostbusters?
No.
I don't.
It's good.
Is it
I
good?
thought it was all right.
That was a pretty good show.
I enjoyed it.
I did
See,
as well.
Spider-Man this weekend. All right, baby, let's do it. Spider-Man ahoy.
I'm just saying, if they don't have either Japanese Spider-Man or the Spider-Man from the 70s TV show in it, I want to be disappointed.
I will say this: if they don't have the Italian Spider-Man, I'll be upset.
Yeah.
What about the one from Sesame Street?
Remember the Electric Company had Spider-Man?
Yeah. I'm just saying, we got to see this giant robot. Like, Spider-Man was a Power Ranger in Japan. It's ridiculous. He had a giant robot. Watch that show. It's awesome.
All right. Well, do you dig that?
I do dig it. I dig it.
Thank goodness. Hey,
All right.
who won the ladies fatal or the lethal lottery?
Wow, I was going
Scott.
to wait till next time, but hey, I can go ahead and tell you.
Do it.
Spill the beans, Scott.
Spill the beans.
Do it.
It was Veruca Salt and Effie O'Shaughnessy against Tiamat and Bobby Banks.
Oh.
Why do I call her Bobby Brooks? I don't know. I wrote it on.
I'm pretty sure that's a
Anyway.
star name.
Anyway, by a
Look it up incognito
But
on Google.
final total of 2870 to 2860, the winners were Veruca Salt and Effie O'Shaughnessy. So they will go on to
Challenge.
So obnoxious.
I don't know. What
Oh
just
wait,
happened.
I think that Effie is that she might not be able to make it that night, just by watching what Darren says.
Lupus? Is it Lupus?
So is it a triple threat match for the IWAR women's title?
It is.
Yes,
Effie,
Those
Veruca, and the current champion?
isn't that Betty Red?
Yes.
One of the Red sisters.
Wildfire Betty Red.
Betty Red.
Betty Red. Yes. I will talk about that in a moment when we get to the IWAR results.
Anyway, right after this.
More after these messages.
Was that G flat?
Well, that was my attempt to do the old the Memphis wrestling commercial break.
That's pretty close. That's pretty close.
I mean, that's a bit of a heavy hitter with Veruca Salt in the mix. I think Darren's claiming that Effie was carried by Veruca Salt, but I wouldn't sell Effie short. I think she's the underdog in this triple threat, and I think she might come out on top personally.
I'd sell her short.
I always have her on top.
Oh, hey. Whoa.
Hey.
Oh,
Take it
God.
easy. Take it easy. All right, man. I dig that. You're not done.
They were close. I mean, Salt's last two were 495 and 498, and Effie was 492 and 491. So
Decent.
yeah, they were close. Close enough. Close enough to win. Unlike Lavender Fields, who had Ripley Strode, and she never hit over 400. So
That's rough.
All right. Well, we want to move on to BRL?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Next
I think
up.
we lost.
Again? Oh. Just technical difficulties everywhere. Next up.
He's going to bed.
He's going to bed.
Yeah, I'm freaking tired. All right, I did my piece.
Luke had to deal with the key with a broken wrist today, so.
you did your 30 minutes.
I thought you shot someone in the
You
face.
can leave.
I got my double booking. I got my double pay. I got my own dressing room. Got creative control. See where this is going?
Nice.
Right down the toilet, apparently.
It's going right to the bedroom.
That doesn't work with me, brother.
That's right.
All right. Well, good night.
See you, Luke.
Good night, Luke. Sweet
Good night,
dreams.
Luke.
All right, man. Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, Luke's gonna go to the West Coast show, like Sports Center.
He's lying. He had to take a shit.
Yeah.
He went to go poop. Next up,
Like-
Battle Royal League number 577. Matt, you want to go through the champions here?
Sure. Let's see here. We'll start off with Punk Rock Mike, who is league champion. Punk Rock Mike with the third time as a champion. Then TV champion Flashy Jack Ferdinand, who with this win retained the TV belt for a third cycle in a row, which ties the record set by superstar Rick Riley back in like 1990.
Jesus.
So, yeah, I thought that record would never be tied or broken. So, oh boy.
Guy's a beast.
Yeah, Flashy Jack, out of control. The cover boy of this cycle's IWAR magazine.
I don't like it.
Central Plains champion Seth Adams Lee. East Coast champion Zydrate. Great Lakes champion Lavender Fields. Mid-Atlantic champion, the author of Agony, LePage Turner. Northeast champion, Brom O'Barron. By the way, if you don't know, Brom is 5 feet tall. He's like Puck from Alpha Flight, so all you Canadian fans will enjoy him.
Worst comic book ever.
No, it's up there, though. West Coast Avengers.
Power Pack.
Master Pandemonium with the stupid missing pieces of his body. What an asshole. Anyways, Pacific Northwest champion. The Honorable Guilty Azelle. Rocky Mountains champion R.A. Rude, returning to action after a lengthy layoff.
I thought he was dead.
He's Snake Plissken, I heard you were dead. Southeast champion, the legendary hooligan, Jax McAllister, who I want to tip the cap to. He has been on the cusp of winning a belt all year long. All year, he's just missed. Like, he's been there's like 497s. He's the fifth one that doesn't get a belt. So, well done, Jax. Southwest champion, Mannequin number 2, the better sequel. West Coast champion, Hot Stuff, Adam Cash. That is a nice guy. Good for him. With that win, by the way, Adam Cash moves into second place in the all-time BRL rankings. Tag team champions, Zeus and Hercules. TV tag champions, Mannequin 1 and 2. 6-man champions, Mannequin 1, 2, and 3. And the TV 6-man champions, the Saskatchewan Sasquatch, the Zombie Hunter, Matthew Porter, and Chief Bold Gray Fox. And the Battle Royal winner, winning $50 in IWA credit, R.A. Rude. That's the second Battle Royal win of this year for R.A. Rude, so that's $100 in IWA credit in 1 year.
Good Lord.
Yes.
That would last me 4 years.
Yeah, I milked. I would be like, I'm never paying for Battle Royal again. So, anyways, that's all the champions. So, Battlecade, as you may have guessed, got to be quite shaken up. As we mentioned before, Larry is taking a lead from the game. Well, Larry had a lot of guys in the title pictures. We also had Mike Miles, who ran Love Connection, had to step away from the game. So those departures left a couple of holes in the pay-per-view. So pay-per-view results, just to give you most of the results. I won't give you all of them because we're doing some reimagining of some of the matchups. But Punk Rock Mike retained against Sabretooth. Gina Colada retained against Valerie Phoenix. Flashy Jack Ferdinand defeated Double R Rob Ratliff to capture the North American Championship. And the Cruiserweight Championship is a ladder match, and I won't give away who won that. That will be revealed at the pay-per-view. The Adam Cash, Logan Kane, Steel Cage I Quit match was shaken up, so you'll see what happens at the pay-per-view. Global Tag Championship, Matthew Van Slaughter and Jane Red defeated Punk Rock Mike and Agent 26. And the Olympians defeated Punk Rock Mike, Agent 26, and Patrick O'Malley to win the Global Six-Man Championship. Tag action. I wrote this down because I want to make sure I get it right. Where was it? Okay. Paralegal and Litigation defeated Seth Adams Lee and Wisp. Hawaiian Heartthrob defeated Mechanico. Assassin Beast of Asto beat Fatty the Butcher. And the White Claw Outlaws, that match against Diarmond, O'Baron, and Tanaka with their mystery partner will be revealed at the pay-per-view. So, and also Jack McAllister defeated Hate Clown in the Underground Street Fight. So, yeah, so that's the pay-per-view. There'll be some changes at the pay-per-view in the write-up. As you mentioned before, we had a kind of a shake-up when it came to the layout of the year. So even right now, with the holiday cycle still to play, that coming in January 1st, or 4th, sorry. So we'll get that hammered out. But lots going on. And then, of course, let me think, end-of-year stuff, awards and all that. We'll be doing that for the next couple of issues. I'm deciding if we want to do it in this coming issue because writing Battlecade and the awards will be a lot to do. So I might push the awards reveal until the second bulletin of the year. We'll see. Which actually be the first bulletin of January, I think it's like January 21st, something like that. Anyways, that's the BRL results. So there you go. BRL, hooray. And welcome to all the players that just arrived, including Zydrate. And I know more players are coming in. Mike Cook's guys have arrived. It is good to get new faces in there, and we'll be shaking up the page with the roster of the wrestlers. We're going to try to do it in a way that kind of breaks down, like one page is all the good guys, one page is all the bad guys. So keep that in mind. So there it is. So do you want to do the IWAR stuff?
Yeah, do the IWAR stuff.
All right. So we had some big matches in the IWAR, and we had some shakeups because, again, the Disembowelers, which were Larry's tag team, were going to get the shot against the White Claw Outlaws. So we made a triple threat match, and we gave it to the runner-up, which was the Destruction Crew in the IWL, and the NWL, the top-ranked team at the time, which was the Samoan Death Grip. And of those three teams, the White Claw Outlaws retained because they had a 5-16. So the Samoan Death Grip came close, but did not pull it off. So the White Claw Outlaws retain. The Bulk Brogan, Alexander J. Styles, Flash Jack Ferdinand match for the Revolution Championship had a tie between Styles and Flashy Jack, so they'll have a sudden death playoff this coming cycle. So we'll just write it like, results to be revealed. After it was September 18th of 2019 when Joe Boring defeated Graham Underwood to become the IWAR World Champion. And as of yesterday, the 14th of December 2021, Sabretooth defeated Joe Boring to end that epic reign. So, holy moly, after all that time, Joe Boring has been defeated. So, Brad Norman, congrats on a great run. Holy cow. Moving on to the women's championship, it was Betty Red defending against both Veruca Salt and Effie O'Shaughnessy. And in an upset stunner, Veruca Salt is the new IWAR women's champion.
Doesn't deserve it.
Under the bus. Yeah. So that's the results, folks.
Yeah, man. I dig that. Anything else you want to touch upon before we make our leave for the evening?
Yes.
I feel that you're unprepared.
No, I would just say that we'll be wrapping up the year. We have one more cycle left to go, so I would say as far as rest of the year races, there's some like Bulk Brogan's going to win rest of the year in the IWL unless there's some kind of miracle finish by Satterfield or Tari, pull up like an IWA title win, like it could be like a 100-point type thing. Super rare there, so probably pretty safe. The Battle Royal Championship or Wrestle of the Year award, Punk Rock Mike is close, and he's only 15 points behind Rotten, so he could, pull it off. So nothing set in stone. But just overall a good, strong year. I'm really happy with this overall. Pretty good cycle, competitive. Lots of 516s and 516s, 520s. So, some good high 490s, 499s, a couple of 500s. I think there was one 501 out of IWL. I think that was Blackjack Robertson. He might have a shot at, national. Who knows? But yeah, overall, good time. So a good bounce back cycle. We were going to do a StratCast show or a strategy show. We just didn't have time to do it. So
I work a lot. It's the holiday season.
You're busting your ass. It's that time of year.
I know. 14 hours, 6 days a week.
Just sleep at the store.
I mean, I have. It wouldn't be the first time.
Sir, I'm trying to see this product. I'm sleeping on it, man. Get out of here.
I'll wait for them to bring in the inflatable mattresses and the inflatable girlfriends. Stay there all the time.
Yes.
Tell me about Magimania, man. I see some IWR competitors have won some championships.
What are we looking at now?
Magimania 36.
Oh yeah. Good point. Let me back that up.
Ew.
Back that ass up.
No.
The Magimania 36. Oh, Canada. So the idea was that held the provinces in Canada. So some amazing performances here and some big wins by NWL talent like Rod Camino, who won the New Brunswick Championship. Steve Vertigo won the Newfoundland and Labrador Championship.
That's not even a real place.
Is that where Labradors come from? Nova Scotia champion. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong guy. Whoever cares about that guy. Big Cat, John Irons.
I'm pretty sure Eric Jones probably cares about it.
Ontario Championship, Nivek Largo. Agent 26, Prince Edward Island Championship. Quebec Championship, Lone Star Redneck. We have Tomax Firefly for the Saskatchewan Championship. We have Dark Danger also from the NWL. So congrats to those wrestlers and their managers, which I'll read off quickly here because I forgot to do it the first time. Let's see. John Wazalewski. I think I'm the only one saying his name right. Let me see here. Tyler Davidson, of course, Nivek Largo. Age 26, Tim Polino. Lone Star Redneck, Andrew McMillan, who also runs Bonnie Banks. So well done by him. Scott Brinson, Tomax Firefly. And the runner-up awards, I think the way it worked was you got a little bit of money for each thing you won. Good to see Randy Cool out of the BBL with the Pharmacist RX Pain also winning fairly well there. But just this contest is one of the fun ones every year, and next year, just going forward, this is a possible spoiler.
Oh,
if you're a big roster player, there's talk that they might use these events like the Specialty Championship, the State Championship, the Imaginemania, those contests as being included in the stable race points.
Oh.
So if you thought it was hard to win before, just imagine when there's stable race points at stake, and they'll probably be all over those. So if it happens, it's going to be good for the added way. They'll be like, cha-ching! So there it is.
Matt, what the hell's the Rookie Brawl?
The Rookie Brawl is it was a contest when there were two rookie leagues. There was the NWL and AWL, and they would have the champions go head-to-head each month or each cycle, and the winner with the higher score obviously would be the Cruiserweight champion. So way back when, before that, they had the Rookie Brawl. They would have the highest rookie score would win this Rookie Brawl champ. It was like $50, something like that. I forget how much money it was. So I went to that way and said, hey, can we bring back the Cruiserweight Championship, or could we install something as a way to, like, give a recognition to the high scorer in the NWL? And they were all for it, so we kind of hammered out some ideas. We went with the Rookie Brawl because it wasn't being used. And Cruiserweight felt kind of like, well, let's do something else. So this time through, Rod Camino won, but it was kind of a streak of like Veruca Salt, Bonnie Banks, so it was all women. So Rod Camino winning for the men, so good for him. You get, I think, 10 free matches, so it's a nice little bonus, You get 10 points towards the score. It's almost like winning an extra regional welt when it comes to scoring, because you are hitting the highest strategy in the league, and it's a nice little recognition. Get your name in the report, and most likely get an offer to join a stable soon thereafter. So, anyways, I just want to thank everyone who has made the NWL so much fun these past 4 years that I've been there as the commish. So now we can all go to hell.
I'm looking. I'm
the bus.
I'm here looking at the top 10
So,
leagues, and Iwar's making the Iwar's.
I'm tired too, so I say we call it a night. And unless you want to talk about
Well, hold on.
the IWL
Hold on.
breakdown of how titles are challenged for,
Matt, can you hear me?
or we lost Alex, maybe, I don't know.
No, it lost you.
Oh no, maybe we did lose Alex.
I'm not muted.
You went into the ether.
Maybe Alex was like, he's had enough of this Rookie Brawl talk. I bet he had to take a piss.
No, I didn't take no piss.
You beating on the dog?
No, one of you motherfuckers muted me because I didn't mute myself.
I don't know how to mute you.
Yes, you can.
Is that,
Yeah.
is that possible?
You can. It's possible.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Jerks.
I just learned how to do it.
When he muted me. Yes.
It's all he
I
doesn't
did.
take that.
So Matt, I was looking at the top 10 leagues, and it looks like the Iwar, I got the number 1, 2, and 3. Although I'm always curious about to see the strategy totals here. NWL at the 488, BRL and IWL coming in at 491 respectively. But I'm kind of curious about what the hell happened to ASL. They got a 42 average strategy. What happened over there?
It could be a couple of things. First could be if they have enough wrestlers in there with like I know there's a limit of 10 now, I believe.
Okay, that's fair.
But if you have enough, or maybe it's 6. I think it's 10 or 6, whatever. Anyways, if you have enough wrestlers in there with crap strategies, your strategy overall is going to sink. To get beat up by the rookie league is pretty terrible, but the rookies are doing a good job. So look at that.
That's
Ding
rough.
ding.
That's rough. Take a look into that a little bit deeper.
Somebody could be sabotaging them. We don't know.
That's not cool. We're not doing that, are we?
Would we spit an apple in the face of people that aren't cool? I chew an apple and spit in the face of people that aren't cool. God, that tagline sucks. It's cool to do it, but man, what a terrible delivery.
All right, guys. So, anything else before we leave today? Any parting words? Any words of wisdom, perhaps? Anything?
No, just we'll be back for the content review, I think, in a week or so, because Christmas is coming, so we got to get that shit out of the way.
Yeah, probably be next Wednesday, hopefully. So
You want to do it next Friday night?
No, I got my annual Christmas party on Friday night, and yeah, I think I'm working.
Should
just
Should I just
doing the show.
should I just
Hold on.
should I just live stream it?
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Live stream it. I need a
Alex
camera.
gets drunk and sing Christmas carols.
I don't drink very often. It's one like the 2 or 3 times a year where I actually drink. If I'm not on
Just like
vacation.
risky business.
It's risky
Every-
business.
Everything in moderation.
The moderation, of course.
It's Alex sneak attacks all his relatives.
Sometimes I want to. Trust me.
Coworkers.
I get I gotta work 4 to 11 that day on Christmas Eve.
What?
4 in the morning to 11 o'clock. In the,
Oh, okay, all right. I thought you meant 4. And I was like, "Ah, man."
No. It's ridiculous. All right, guys. So we are officially out of time. So for a sleeping Luke, for Aaron, for Scott, for Matt, I'm Alex G.
Merry
Have
Christmas.
a good night.
Oh,
Where?